factories. We're supporting them. We're buying their things. There's really good things that we could do, like not buy from the factories, or we could support a better company. There's simple things that you could do in your own homes, like not let the water run, or turn off the lights when you're not using them. You could teach these things to your children. Every choice we make is for or against our future. There's this great program called the Low Carbon Diet. It shows you how to reduce your carbon, and it shows you how to use less. I want all of you to go to the Rocky Mountain Peace and Justice Center and sign up for it there. It's free, and you can put your name and your address and your phone number to keep in touch. Now, who wants to make a better future for us and our children? I can't hear you. Yes, together we can do it. The power of one. Thank you.
My name is Scott Martinez, and I'm a 12-year-old environmental activist and musician.
One people, one voice, we can do it!
I am Itzwatli, and I am 10 years old, and I am an environmental hip-hop artist.
Live as if our future matters. Don't leave us on earth that is torn and battered.
My parents have been environmental activists for a long time, and well, I've really been exposed to it all my life. I was always in and out of the meetings, going to rallies, marches, and protests. Also, I was raised in the Aztec tradition by my father, learning that all life was sacred, that all life needed to be protected, and really that each of us has this deep connection with the earth. Yes, I've always been around nature, going hiking, playing, and exploring creeks and streams, and I love the ocean too. I love the ocean and the jungles.
I like rock climbing and going out in nature. And I really like playing soccer. And
I say to myself that when I am an adult and I have kids, I want to save these beautiful ecosystems, these beautiful forests and rivers and mountains for my children. Earth Guardians is really a youth-based grassroots organization that started in '92 in Maui, Hawaii. And then I really started the third generation of Earth Guardian about 4 years ago now, I guess. And it's been going strong since, and we've done a lot of really cool stuff in our community. We have a performance group called the Voice of Youth, and I think that a lot of kids these days especially can really relate to music and really can relate to rapping. And so we write positive rap songs with a message.
Live as if our future matters. Don't leave us on earth that is torn and battered. The ruling generation gotta wake up now. In our generation, gonna show you how.
when I was 7 years old, I started performing a song with the Earth Guardians. I really think that performance is a way to get people engaged.
Up together and tell us the truth, and the people are rising like a wave in the sea to change the direction of our destiny.
A lot of youth know about what's happening around the planet, but they don't really realize how severe it is and how it is affecting them. And I assure you, no matter where you are on the planet, whether it's a rich community or a community plagued by poverty, wherever you are on the planet, you are somehow being affected by climate change. If you really want to know what's happening, look up what is happening in your own community. Get a list of endangered or extinct species in your state, in your county. Look up what is happening, whether it is permafrost melt or the rise of oceans or the poisoning of the air and the water because of the oil and gas industries, and really figure out what is happening in your own community, because you can't go out and change the world until you change what is happening in your own backyards.
That when we work together as a community, as a group, that we can really change things.
We have this list of 50 simple things, and it tells you turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth, or turn off the lights when you're not using them. I want to give that out to all the kids, not just my age, but younger and older, especially the young ones, so they can start young, and then when they grow up, they'll teach their kids that.
Frightening the park, the essence of our land is destroying the earth, and we gotta get it fed. Million gallons of water, we deadly compounds are pushing to the earth to get the gas they found.
I'm not a superhero. I don't have a lot of money. I can't bribe people to do things for me. I mean, I'm just a kid, and still I can make a difference.
I've always kind of looked up to my brother. He's really kind of been there for me, and he's been showing me what's right and wrong in the environment, and I really love him for that.
We're always going, but, you know, I still have to go to school, and I still have time to hang out with my friends, and, you know, I definitely couldn't do it without my family. I mean, we've had their support. They're always there. My mom especially. I couldn't do half the stuff that I do without my mom, and so that's definitely a really, really big part of the work that I do. I think that we have to really take into action what is happening to the planet and really find the inspiration within ourselves and realize that we are not only fighting for the survival of this planet, but for the survival of our generation and every generation to come.
The ruling generation gotta wake up now, and our generation's gonna show you how.
Trapped in the concrete jungle, sinking deeper, I'm going under. Machines come loud as thunder, the earth's resources we plunder, and some people turn away. But I raise my voice and say, what will be left of my generation at the end of the day? If a tree falls in the forest, does anyone bother to listen? This is the people's darkest hour, we must make the right decision. Extinction or salvation, global deforestation, are we the ancient guardians of this long-lost nation? I wasn't born in the year of the panda, I was born in the year of the concrete block. And chains.
We can break them.
We can break these locks and chains.
Come on, yeah.
I wasn't born in the year of the panda. I was born in the year of the concrete block. We can break these locks and chains.
We can break them.
We can break these locks and chains.
So let's break them. We slash and we burn. What will we ever learn? The forest catches fire. A small part of us will burn. I'm not the Lorax, but I still speak for the trees. The survival of our forest depends on you and me. Of our children, you will see the beauty of the world within them. Cause as I fade into the sunset, the trees will surround me. Climb into the branches and feel life so profoundly.
I burn into the squirrel that's a part of the land. When I climb into a tree, I hold a flower in my hand. One with the earth, I'm one with the land.
We hold the future of our earth in all of our hands. I'll stand tall like a tree in the forest that I love, to protect my only home, to protect all that I love.
Don't cut down my tree.
Don't destroy my only home.
Don't cut down my forest.
Leave us alone. Your body is a tree like gardenia. Your heart is the seed and it beats for love. You are the baobab, redwood and pine. You are the future in this present time. Your dreams are the fruits of the flower petals. Music is the season, spring the leaf falls. Feel your roots like a living history. When you breathe, it's because you are a tree. So we say to you an enemy, 1 billion rise for the trees and the seeds. I am life and I am unchoppable. You can't stop, I said the unstoppable, yeah.
Of our people, we must rise up and fight for our freedom. If I plant one seed, I can grow a whole forest. I can bring back the trees that we all need to cherish. I can feel the pain of the Mother Earth, and I know that when the sun fades away and the lights burn low, I turn my head to the sky and gaze into the stars. Is this why we're really here? Is this who we really are?
Put down our axes for the future generation. Restore our ancient forests, mass reforestation. Put down our axes for the future generation. Restore our ancient forests, mass reforestation.
I wasn't born in the year of the panda. I was born in the year of the concrete block. We can break these locks and chains. We can break these locks and chains. Yeah, I wasn't born in the year of the panda.
We shall now hear a statement by Shit Martinez, representative of civil society.
Sincatlazucamati tonantzin cuautlicue, Sincatlazucamati atl, Sincatlazucamati tatatonatium. Cualitlanesi, buenos días. Good morning, everybody. My name is Shutes Katonatiu. I'm very, very honored to be here today. I think it's amazing to look around the world and see almost 200 countries represented here today, because it's really going to take united action from all of us in order to make a difference. I'm 15 years old, and I'm the youth director of an organization called Earth Guardians, and I'm working with young people around the planet to protect our earth, our air, our water, and our atmosphere for my generation and those to follow. I stand before you today representing my entire generation, as well as generations unborn. I stand before you representing the indigenous peoples of this earth and those that will inherit the effects of our climate crisis that we face today as a global community. My father raised me in the Mexica tradition. I learned from my father that all life is sacred. He showed me that every living thing is connected because we all draw life from the same earth and we all drink from the same waters. I was raised in the ceremonies of my people, learning the dances, the songs, and the language that was passed on to me by my people, by my ancestors. And what I learned from my cultural heritage is that this life is a gift, and it is our responsibility to respect and protect that which gives us life. So I began to look at the world around me and begin to learn about the issues that we are facing. And I saw that we were facing a crisis that was beginning to affect every living system on our planet. I saw that climate change was going to be the defining issue of our time. Seeing this world, seeing my world collapsing around me, pushed me into action. So for the last 9 years, since I was 6 years old, I've been on the front lines of climate and environmental movements, standing up to fight for my future and for our planet. What a lot of people fail to see or simply ignore is that climate change isn't an issue that is far off in the future. It isn't solely affecting the ice caps and the poles or the sea level rise in our oceans. It's affecting us right here, right now, and will only continue to get worse. In a 3-month period, my family and I, we witnessed the greatest wildfires and the worst floods we've ever seen in Colorado history. Frequency and severity of massive storms and massive floods, massive superstorms are increasing all over the planet because of our lack of action and because of the increase in carbon dioxide emissions, because of the way that we are living. And because of this, young people are standing up all over the planet because we see that climate change is a human rights issue. It is affecting especially developing countries, women, children, and people of color more than anything else. We have to realize that what is at stake is no longer just the planet, is no longer just the environment, but what's at stake right now is the existence of my generation. What is at stake right now, what we are fighting to protect, what is in your hands, what is in our hands today, is the survival of this generation and the continuation of the human race. That is what is at stake. So youth are standing up all over the planet to find solutions to the issues that will be left to my generation. Earth Guardian crews are starting up all over the planet, and youth are using their passions to address some of the greatest issues of our time by planting seeds of solutions that can change the world. Over 400,000 people marched through the streets of New York City in the greatest climate march in the history of the world. More than 220 institutions have divested from fossil fuels with the help of student-led movements. And that number continues to grow. Youth like myself across the United States are suing our state and federal governments, demanding them to take action on climate change immediately. We are flooding the streets and we are now flooding the courts to show the world that there is a movement on the rise and that our generation is at the front of that movement, fighting for the solutions that we need, and we need you to help us. We are approaching 21 years of United Nations climate talks, and in the last 20 years of negotiations, almost no agreements have been made on a bonding climate recovery plan. Our window of opportunity to take action is shrinking as the problem exponentially increases. We need you to take action at COP21 before it's too late. Because as I said, what's at stake right now is the future of your children, my children, our grandchildren. When we look into our eyes, we see the next generation, and we see that that is the planet that we are leaving to them. We look at the world, and we see the planet that we will leave to our generation. So don't be afraid to dream big, because not only is it possible to get off of fossil fuels, but it is already happening. Cities and countries around the planet are committing to go 100% renewable in the first half of the century. The Pope himself called for a shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy. The solutions are here, and with them are coming millions of jobs and economic opportunities. Imagine if we took all the money that we are pouring into the fossil fuel industry and into the nuclear industry and put that into renewables. Imagine what we could accomplish. Phasing out fossil fuels is a dream that is slowly becoming a reality. And the question is, will it happen fast enough to avoid further climate catastrophe? It's time to look to the skies for the solutions that we need, because the future of energy is no longer down a hole. We need to reconnect with the earth and end this mindset that we have that we can take whatever we want without ever giving back or understanding the harm that we are doing to the planet. It's this mindset of destruction, of greed, that is tearing apart our planet. We need to change the fundamental beliefs of our entire society. We have to remember that we are all indigenous to this earth and that we are all connected. Every generation leaves a mark on this planet. We leave something behind to be remembered by, and we are at a tipping point right now where we will either be remembered as the generation that destroyed the planet, as a generation that put profits before future, or as a generation that united to address the greatest issue of our time by changing our relationship with the earth. We are being called upon to use our courage, our innovation, our creativity, and our passion to bring forth a new world. So in the light of this collapsing world that we see, what better time to be born than now? What better time to be alive than now? Because this generation, the people in this room right here, we get to change the course of history. Humans have created the greatest crisis that we see on the planet. And the greater the challenge, the higher we will rise to overcome it. We need you to stand with us. Never before has there been such a unifying issue as climate change. And it is time now to set aside everything that divides us, everything that separates us, everything that makes us want to point a finger at someone else and throw the problem to them. Who will stand with me now for mine and future generations to inherit a healthy, just, and sustainable planet? Who will stand with me now? The hope of this planet, of this generation, is in our hands. I don't want you to stand up for us. I want you to stand up with us. Because together we can change the world. And it's not going to be easy, but it is our responsibility. We owe it to future generations to be the leaders of today so that they can have a tomorrow. Thank you. Hey! Hi. Okay, so we've been in this freaking crazy lawsuit. We sued the government. All my kids at school are like, oh my gosh, Siska, you sued the president? I'm like, yeah.
We did. We actually did it.
We did it. And we were just in court in Eugene, Oregon. The fossil fuel industry stood with the federal government to try to get our case dismissed, thrown out of court. This is what happened in the last lawsuit that we filed, but this one's way stronger. has to do with the Constitution, demanding the courts to enforce climate recovery plans upon our government to massively cut carbon for our future, to honor our constitutional right to life, land, and liberty. And so we went to court because they wanted to dismiss this case, and Judge Coffin ruled in our favor and did not dismiss. He ruled in the favor of the young people rather than with big money and the government. And like the fact that we even have to go up against our own government and they're standing hand in hand with the oil industry, like one of the most contaminating industries on the planet, like we're speaking the truth and we are there for a reason. I look so white next to you. I'm so sad about this.
Yeah, you do look particularly bad.
I can't wait till it's like really nice. But anyways, back on track. We are so like, okay, so I heard about this yesterday and I was like kind of in a bad mood, so I was like, oh yay. But then later I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, no, I was like screaming, I was flipping out.
Because if there's any chance for us to get federal regulations on carbon dioxide, like this is it. Like this is it. Like we're one of the biggest contributors to climate change and to CO2 emissions in the world.
And and what we're doing is gonna have global implications. We're gonna be helping people all over the world. Like it's not even just about like us in a lawsuit anymore. Like this is huge. This is history.
Well, like, and then I've seen articles too that like, you know, you guys are being like, you're using like young faces to like get it to the media or whatever, but like we're so just innocently fighting for our futures. Like our government is not fighting to protect the people, it's not protecting our voices, it's not protecting our rights, it's not protecting the planet. So you know, what the hell do you expect us to do? Like we're the generation that's inheriting this whole world. Like we are inheriting this planet, and if you guys aren't gonna do anything about it, we're gonna stand up and accomplish everything that the world and that our leaders are afraid to put in place. So
and
that's
I think,
why
like, even Tessa can agree. It's not like we want to be angry and we want to have to fight for something. It's just like we've been forced to protect posterity and what's going to be left for our children, because we want to be able to tell them like we're doing everything we can, and this lawsuit is us doing everything that we can.
Exactly. We're in the streets, we're in the courts, and we're in our countries rising up to change the world. And I think change the world is a stretch, but we're making a huge difference, like one step at a time. And this is like, we're freaking out, like the world, social media, everybody that sees this video. This is a monumental step in the right direction. Like this is a shift in the fact that young people can actually even stand in lawsuits and say that we are fighting for our futures against our government and we are winning. Like we're making history right now. We're making global history right now. And like we're just setting standards for the world. Like anybody can do this. You know, any young person in any country can accomplish this. So thank you guys for watching. We're so stoked about this. We are
so excited.
It's gonna move forward. It's gonna go to the next level of court, and hopefully we're gonna pull through and we're gonna win, and it's gonna be cuts on CO2. I mean, oil industries and fossil fuel industries are gonna be shut down all over the place, regulations on all kinds of buildings, and like we're driving out to this powerful training with all these young people, and we're gonna announce it there. We're so stoked about this. It's hopefully gonna get all over the media. Like we need people to know that we are winning, to not give up hope, to not lose faith. Like freaking killing it, and this is it. Change the world and chill.
We're building the future right now.
Hell yeah, change the world and chill. All right, y'all. Peace.
Don't understand. We fight for the people, for the planet we stand. As a government and industries walk hand in hand, we will fight for our rights against the tar sands. We will take back our streets. This is our land. This is the only home we got. We must protect it, not neglect it. Say no to the pipeline, counting on Obama to reject it.
An ancient lost wisdom still lingers in this land. We desecrate our sacred homes for the tar sands. The ancient people of this earth, they will bring forth the world's rebirth and show the companies and industries what our planet is. Where my people tell me stories of when this land was once free. Is this our woven fate, or can we create our own destiny? We have stolen this land from future generations. Separation, desperation, yeah, that's right, we are forsaken. que luchamos para el hombre humano, la tierra y el viento, la agua contaminada. Somos guardianes de la cultura de nuestros ancestros. En cada cama para la vida me ha dado. Es una cosa sobrevivir y otra cosa crecer. Como una flor en el bosque, es tiempo amanecer. Somos gente de la tierra, no la gente de la guerra. El camino rojo es nuestra cultura sagrada.
An ancient lost wisdom still lingers in this land. We desecrate our sacred homes for the tar sands. The ancient people of this earth, they will bring forth our world's rebirth and show the companies and industries what our planet is worth. My people tell me stories of when this land was once free. Is this our woven fate, or can we create our own destiny? We have stolen this land from future generations. Separation, desperation, yeah, that's right, we are First Nations.
The indigenous people were the first people to roam the land. Though our way of life has been threatened, we are striving to pass on our teachings to the next generation so that they may create a new world for all people on earth. We are the caretakers of the earth. We honor the sacred connection between all beings. We saw beauty in the simplest gifts of nature. We are a part of the earth, not separate from it. We are the warriors of the land, the protectors of nature, and the guardians of the earth. I'm a descendant of a people oppressed and enslaved. Our people are rising up, breaking free from these locks and chains. We are bringing forth a movement that's on the rise, uniting the people of the earth all under one sky. To defend our sacred land, to defend our only home, to protect these sacred waters, we will never be alone. Reconnect to the sacred wisdom of our ancestors past. Set free our people, we are rising at last. To defend our sacred land, to defend our only home, to protect these sacred waters, we will never be alone. Reconnect to the sacred wisdom of our ancestors past. Set free my people, we are rising at last.
An ancient lost wisdom still lingers in this land. We desecrate our sacred homes for the tar sands. The ancient people of this earth, they will bring forth the world's rebirth and show the companies and industries what our planet is worth. My people tell me stories of when this land was once free. Is this our woman fate, or can we create our own destiny? We have stolen this land from future generations. Separation, desperation, yeah, that's right, we're first